should have two only. So when I'm speaking face to face, this other person can see me. But when I'm speaking to the person on the phone, they can't see this gesture, right? Now, this gesture is coming very naturally. Even when you're speaking on the phone, we use our hands. We don't sit like a robot and speak. But the other person cannot see. So that's where your intonation comes into the picture. The fourth point which you see on the particular slide is intonation. Now, what do we mean by intonation? Intonation is the rise and fall of our voice as we speak. Now, this rise and fall is very important. But before that, the point is there as linking, joining certain words together. So let me explain what do we mean by linking, and then I will explain in detail what do we mean by intonation. All right. So let me take the same slide. I want to quickly show you the example of linking here. Please give me 2 eggs. Now, when I pronounce this, I can combine. Now, in order to understand what do I mean by this, you need to get a little knowledge on let me quickly explain what do I mean by this. You need to get a quick knowledge on vowel sounds. So when I say two, I am using the sound oo. When I am saying eggs, I am using the sound a. So 2 egg. So this is this word is ending with a vowel sound. This word is starting with a vowel sound. So when you have 2 words next to each other, one ending with vowel sound, another one starting with a vowel sound, you can combine or link these 2 sounds together. Okay? For example, if I have the word two eggs, I can just use this particular sound. What do I mean by this? For example, 2 eggs. So I'm using way sound in between these two eggs. So when I talk about linking in detail, you will understand what do I mean by this. I know it's a little confusing. Let me move over to intonation. Now, intonation, as it reads here, it says the rise and fall of our voice as we speak. Now, there is correct intonation, there is incorrect intonation. Let me quickly explain what do I mean by that. If I'm asking a question, for example, are you going to the market? Are you going to the market? So when I say, are you going to the market, there is a rising tone. Now, what do I mean by rising tone? Let me quickly display. This particular word I'm just trying to make it easier for you. Let me change the color so that you can see it clearly. So this particular word, the last word in the question, are you going to the market? Are you going to the market? Now, are you going to the is flat. Are you going to the market? This is going up because the last word denotes like it's a question. Now, when you're speaking, a lot of people ask a question, but it sounds like a statement. So when you are speaking, your statement has to be flat And when it's a question, the last word has to be a rising tone. For example, if I say, I'm going to the market. So here, let me add the line for you so that you can understand what do I mean by this. I'm going to the market. Now this is a statement and it's a flat intonation. But when I say, are you going to the market? Then it's a rising tone. Now mistakes that a lot of people do in terms of intonation is specific to making a mistake in terms of rising and dropping tones, where you can get confused, is it a question or a statement? For example, if I ask a question, now when the answer comes like a question. For example, if it's a quiz program and I ask who was the first say Vice President of India, how many of you know who was the first Vice President of India? You have to know this answer, very, very important. If you are a student, you definitely need to know who was the first Vice President of India. And it's his birthday tomorrow and we celebrate that as the Teacher's Day, right? Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He was the first Vice President of India. So when I ask a question, who was the first Vice President of India? The answer is S. Radhakrishnan. Some people say S. Radhakrishnan. Now it goes on a rising tone. Now it doesn't come as an answer, it comes as a guess or it comes as a question. Am I right? Is this S. Radhakrishnan? So when you are ending or when you are responding with a rising tone, it doesn't sound like a statement, it sounds more like a statement. Okay? That's why this intonation in terms of oral communication is very important. Now there is no intonation when it comes to written communication because you're not speaking, you're just reading, right? So their punctuation makes a difference. But when you're speaking, your intonation is of the primary importance. Another example which I want to give you, which is pretty important. When you are giving an information in terms of numbers, for example, can you please give me your phone number? And the answer is, my number is 98854-74156. This is my phone number. Now this is an example, it's actually not my phone number, don't call this number. Okay? Now some people just give this information as 98854-74156. Now you need to allow the other person to make a note of it. Now in India, this number can be given in parts of 5 plus 5. For example, my number is 98854-74156. So my number is 98854-74156. Now this is also difficult to make a note of. You won't remember. So the best way to do is to break it into 3 and 3. How do I do that? My number is 988-547-4156. Okay? This is a better way to give the number because it's easier to understand and keep a track of. So instead of breaking 5 plus 5, I've broken into 3 plus 3 plus 4. My number is 988-547-4156. Now this is also a part of intonation. For example, if I'm giving a bank account number, okay, I'm just typing random numbers. When you have such a long string of information, the better way to give that number is in terms of pairs, in terms of twos. My bank account number is 45745828624523146332. Now don't again break it into 6, 3 and 2. You can just combine the last 3 if you have an odd number there. So this is also an important element in terms of intonation. when you're giving the information, you break it down so that your listeners can understand it clearly. Now, one point to be noted here. When I'm giving this series, now let me reduce this. No, let's keep it this way. When I'm giving this series, the first method or the first intonation I'm using is, let me reduce this so that I can have a smaller example. And the number, so I'm giving this information. The number is 6245231463 Now pay attention. How did I say 632? Let's repeat again. 6245231463 For every 2 digit, the second digit, my tone is going up. Pay attention. 6245231463 The moment I drop my tone, that means it's the end of the series. This is a very important aspect of intonation. Now imagine if I'm not dropping this tone, it will sound like as if it's going to continue. 6245231463 Now 2, the moment I say 2 on a rising tone, it means I'm expecting, or my audience is expecting one more number. But the way I say 14632, the moment I say 2, it's dropping. That means it's end of the series. Another mistake that people do is they drop it way too low and you can't hear. And they say 6245231463 Now the 2 is so low, they always ask, I'm sorry, what is the last number again? That's why it's important the last unit of your string should be louder, but a drop tone. So it will be 6245231463 My volume went up, but my tone, my intonation is flat. Now these are the finer aspects of a very good oral communication. No matter if you're speaking to the person face to face or over the phone, they can understand you very clearly. And in order to be